Do you remember when Barack Obama ran for president and he said he was going to close Guantanamo Bay with a lot of the other illegal, horribly human rights violating things the Bush administration did? Yeah, well, you could probably forget about that. Actually, very quietly, but it was announced by MSNBC, but the rest of the media tend to miss that, so I give credit to MSNBC. Guantanamo Bay in Cuba is getting a whole ton of upgrades that's going to cost millions and millions of dollars to the American taxpayer, and it's going to ensure that the place stays open for years to come. Well, so much for the big claim that Obama was going to end torture and close Guantanamo Bay like he said he would. I mean, I told people this over and over again during the election in which Barack Obama was elected, that this was not going to change, it was not going to stop, and there would be no big change that he was talking about. And unfortunately, too many people were very, very excited for. Now, among the upgrades that the place is getting, cable TV. Apparently, people in Guantanamo Bay need cable TV. They're getting a soccer field called the Super Rec, which will cost the American taxpayer about $750,000. They'll also be having an Enrich Your Life program for the detainees, where they will learn to paint, write a resume, and they will handle personal finances. Write a resume. I'm sure that the resume for the country, wherever it is that they're from, I'm going to assume they're not from America, is completely different from the resume that they're going to write for living in America. Although I've never seen a resume from another country, but I assume that they have to be at least somewhat similar. Is anybody just completely blown away by this? People who are locked away for years and tortured are getting enriching life programs. Does anyone think that this might just be a cover for something else? I have a suspicion that this has nothing to do with upgrading any kind of recreation programs inside of Guantanamo Bay. This just might be an infusion of cash for something else. Now, unfortunately, this is going to cost the U.S. taxpayer about $140 million a year to keep in operation, coming out to about some $800,000 per detainee, which is hilarious, considering how much Republicans and sometimes often right-leaning Democrats tend to complain about the cost of keeping people in prison and the whole drive to privatize that so it makes money and whatnot. It's just huge. Now, I can't wait to see how the right wing is actually going to react to this one. The way I see it is that they're either going to go, okay, look, we're treating people better now. We're giving them options. We're giving them recreation programs. We're not torturing them anymore. We're not doing all the things you don't like, and we're treating them better, which is what you wanted. Or they're going to turn around like Ron Paul, Rand Paul are going to say, oh, you're wasting taxpayer money. These people are terrorists. They shouldn't be getting, $750,000 of our money to play soccer. We wouldn't even give that to our own criminals and whatnot. And it's true. There's going to be a back and forth. Oh, we're treating people better now, so you can't complain, and you're wasting our tax money once again. Pretty much going to have to fall on the side of wasting tax money. Now, here's the real problem. Guantanamo Bay isn't supposed to exist. It's an illegal detention facility where human rights violations, crimes are carried out. This should not exist. Putting a soccer field in a Nazi concentration camp wouldn't make it okay. I'm sorry for the comparison, but that's the best thing I could think of. Giving cable TV to Auschwitz would not make it a more pleasurable place to stay, and thus escaping the illegality of the whole thing. This just blows my mind. Here's this monstrously evil thing we built, but it's got HBO, so now it's okay. Now it shouldn't have such a bad connotation it has for torture and waterboarding and all that other crap, and apparently blaring Sesame Street to torture people. And I cannot get over how mental some of Barack Obama supporters are getting. Okay, those of us, I don't want to say in the know because we're not in the loop of the elites or anything, but we knew this was not going to close. We knew this was not going to change. I said this when I first started the Maoist Rebel News, almost 3.5 years ago. I said this will not change. There's no change coming. This is not real. This is just another one of those voting for the lesser of two evil things, except they really, really got people with this one. They really, really fell for it. Okay, Obama is still a part of the ruling elite. He is still going to carry forward the policies that the ruling elite wants. That's who he serves. My God, we've all seen that Zeitgeist video where they show, who funded what campaign, and the top 5 funders for both campaigns, Republican and Democrat, were the same 5 banks. I mean, goddamn. We know there's no change coming. We knew nothing was going to change. And to all the Obama supporters that are going nuts over this, man, get over it. He's not the great savior to stop the great Satan that you think he is.